So for this video, I kind of just wanted to touch on the topic of VRChat's social construct, right? And what I mean by that is like what's socially acceptable inside of VRChat. Like what are the standards? Like what do you always get on VRChat and you always see people doing? Like that kind of thing, right? And one that bothers me specifically is the idea that it is normal and it is socially acceptable for men to run around playing as little fucking anime girls, right? Like for grown-ass adult men to run around playing as a little girl with a skirt on. The normal VRChat, the average VRChat player will look at that and think there is absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. Because it's not. There's nothing out of the ordinary on VRChat about that. And that's what I find sad and embarrassing. Like, none of us except me stop to question it and be like, wow, this is fucking weird. Like, why is this is a grown man. Why is he playing as a little girl with a skirt on? Right? And another reason I have such a problem with it is because it's going to, like, people like this, they're majority groups, right? Like, and in sociology, you'll learn. I took 2 years of sociology, and one of the first things that you learn is that minority groups they'll try and fit in with majority groups to seem more normal and fit the norm, right? And for example, let's use VRChat, right? Like new players come in, visitors come in, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they see all these other people. They see what the other people are doing. They see the high-ranking players. Like what are they doing? And you'll see dudes wearing girl avatars, people sit in front of the fucking mirror, women running around half naked with their tits out in public, and they're gonna think, oh look, that's what's normal. So now I'm gonna start doing that so I can fit in. Like that's what's normal, and that's really where the corruption begins, right? Like you can't really dispute something like that, and that's why I have such a problem with it. It's the sociological corruption that these new players have to deal with, right? And it's not even really. It's not, a lot of the time it's not their fault, because in sociology you also learn that humans by nature don't want to be alone, so they'll try and do things that they normally wouldn't and definitely shouldn't do to try and, not be alone, right? And unless you're like me, unless you're Kozutoh or you're a fucking sociopath, that kind of shit doesn't affect you. And in my case, I am both of those things, unfortunately. But anyways, it's a good video. This is a good video, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Minecraft. What's
Yeah, the only Minecraft.
Why are you playing as a woman, dude? You're a man, aren't you?
A woman?
Yeah, why are you playing as a woman?
Even so, I like to be different.
Why are you playing as a little anime
change it a little
girl?
bit, you know what I mean?
I gotta dance, bro.
Diversity does not
Why
mean you
not?
have to switch genders. That's a little weird.
Diversity, exactly.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
Don't
you have
switch
to
gender in
switch...
real life, but you can
Yeah,
switch
but
here.
if we're not gonna do it in real life, why
Merry
do it in the
Christmas.
game? Like, you as a man, this shouldn't even come across your
Guys-
mind a single time.
You like my tree?
Why not?
That's cool.
Because we're men.
That would just mean that you're insecure.
Why are you, as a man,
There's
worried about what
nothing
another man is
insecure.
doing?
Because it worries me. That's why. This type of behavior concerns me.
Damn.
Like, how bad is it?
That's why.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
fine.
a
It's
caring
normal.
citizen, alright? I care about
It's just
him.
your
I don't want him to go down this dark path of
Thanks.
playing as little anime girls and being cringe. Like you, dude. You're brand new to the game,
Yes.
already playing as little lollies. That's a sign of a big no-no. That's a big thumbs down. You're going down a deep and dark path
Are
already.
you black?
Well, what do we see here? A grown-ass man, brand new to the game, visitor. He's a fucking Steam user, for God's sake. Already doing this shit, playing as a little girl with a dress on. This guy's brand new. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's sad that this is our standard. This guy hopped on the game and was like, dude, everyone else does this. It's totally normal for me, a grown-ass man, to play as a little girl with a skirt on. It's just sad. Like, I can't... This is our standard. It's embarrassing.
Why are you using a Shadowman
Oh.
avatar if you're not actually a Shadowman?
What does this have to do with your physical
That's what
appearance?
I'm saying.
Exactly, what does it have to do with his physical appearance?
I mean, when you think about it on a mental level, it's like, why would a man choose to play as a woman, let alone a little girl? Like, that's pretty cringe.
Why would a man choose to play as a Shadowman?
Because he might think it's edgy or
Well,
cool
as
or
long as-
He's
spooky.
got a fair point. He's got a fair point.
Yeah.
Why just... You know why I wear this?
Well,
Because it's
uh,
optimized and quest compatible.
Everything...
It's
Oh,
optimized.
so...
Yeah,
So you mean
take a
you're
look.
cheap,
It's
is that what you're saying?
optimized. It's what?
It's I mean you're cheap, okay?
I don't know about you, like I tell people like what I do in VR chats. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's good
no.
response. I mean, it's a lot of laugh. To it. Why not?
You tell people what you do in this game. You're like, yeah, man, I go on VRChat. I play as a little
course.
anime girl. You know.
People, I just give them a little opportunity. Some people are actually they're really tired from exams and final exams. They're really tired, and just like, hey, if you're that stressed, I have a friend of mine. I told them, hey, come try it out VRChat.
Oh, that's how you
they have a lot
corrupt
of
people,
fun.
dude.
They felt much better.
That's how you corrupt people.
What is your
That
idea of
corrupt people-
corruption?
Corruption.
once you
Listen,
Well, I'm
corruption-
looking at it. I'm looking at a dude who wants to play as a little lolly, a little girl. That's my idea of corruption.
What do you mean
Corruption.
want
It's
to?
not about the.
Well, you had a
the
desire to wear that
physical
avatar,
appearance.
so that's what you did. You chose
It's
to
the
wear it.
people how they want
indeed.
you. How can it corrupt you? I mean, words are strong. I mean,
The best
you
advice
change
you can
someone,
give someone
kill
is
someone.
to not play this game. And if they are playing this game, tell them to uninstall it immediately. This game will do wonders to you. Absolute
because of
wonders.
popularity
Yeah, but
or
you're
like
playing
because
it then,
of
so what does
the
that make you?
Well, I'm one of the strong-minded,
Because
because the
pal.
game is
showing?
toxic.
You don't see me playing as a little fucking
You're one
anime
of the
girl.
My
strong.
hologram's pointing at you.
Absolutely. You're brand new and you're already playing as little
Wait, you really
lollies,
can see
dude.
the
That's
hologram.
how I
It's
know
just
you're
not-
weak-minded. You're naive. You'll never amount to anything. You're just gonna be another
I'm
stereo.
weak-minded.
Another-
I don't care.
You're blinded
I
by
do not
what's
care.
correct.
The strong
Thi-
will don't
This
care
is
about
socially
anything.
acceptable. This is socially acceptable in this game, and that's how you know when you do stuff like that. You try to fit into the majority, the socially accepted. That's how you know you've fallen. That's how you know
I
you've
cannot
lost,
do this.
pal.
Hold on.
What you're
I
doing,
don't get the
this is the
pulse, but-
majority. The majority of people do
Yeah.
this, and it's embarrassing. And you embrace that. You allow it. You accept it, and you tell yourself it's okay, and it's not.
I want to load some real
It's
bullets into
embarrassing.
this, so like.
It's
Let me
sad.
tell you something, buddy. You think you know me better than I know myself. That doesn't make any sense. What's socially acceptable to you is different for everyone else. You gotta accept that.
Yeah,
Okay, did you not hear what I just said?
Like I'm using this motto. Oh yeah, who cares?
Did you know what I just said? None of what I said had to do with me. It had to do with the game's socially acceptable standards. Okay, and what's socially acceptable,
Yeah.
objectively speaking, is men using girl avatars, and that should not be socially acceptable because it's embarrassing, it's humiliating to the masculinity, and it's downright like depraved. It's disgusting.
Dude.
How fragile do you have to be to care about your masculinity?
What the fuck?
You know why your masculinity is important? Because women
Some
don't want
people
weak
are-
men, bro. They don't want weak ass little pussy men. That shit's fucking stupid. That's embarrassing, bro.
are you sure you're not just saying this out
So
of
you-
your
so you-
ass
so
'cause
you're
you can't
telling
do it
us-
yourself?
So you're telling us that you're single then, right?
I'm telling us that
'Cause
I'm
women
what?
don't like weak ass men. That you're
Okay,
single.
yes, clearly you haven't been listening to anything I've said. I have very high standards, and
Oh, I've been listening.
women
to
who look at stuff like this and say, "Oh, look, that dude wants to play. He wants to look like a little girl. He wants to wear a little skirt and stuff like that." Shit, dude, that's an instant like, "Oh, that guy sucks.
I shot
That guy's a
love girls
fucking
in
loser.
life, They love it.
That guy's a fucking
I
weirdo."
guarantee you, no one thinks that way. No one cares.
Happens all the time, dude.
Who gives a crap?
Women don't want weak men. It's a fact. And you learn it in sociology. In fact, I took
Is it?
2 years of sociology.
Dude,
it's the
shut
first
the
thing,
fuck
one of
up,
the first
Black
things you
Prophet.
learn.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
Nobody gives a shit about your
Oh,
opinion.
Black.
Your
Hey,
opinion, your opinion is
I'm
trash.
sorry, my opinion offends
Stop.
you, but you can
Yes.
instantly mute me.
Clap for me,
So-
Parzival. Clap for me.
You can instantly.
My
You know what
my
I'm
cloggers
talking
are
about.
on.
You can instantly.
Oh
mute
yeah, I
me.
do. Hold on.
It's that simple.
You, you know what I'm
If
talking about.
if the
Parzival.
truth offends
There you
you,
go.
you can mute me. It's that easy.
It doesn't. It doesn't offend me. But that you're like pretty much
Whoa,
targeting
it
gay
doesn't
people
offend
too.
you?
Men identify
Then why
as
are you
women.
screaming at me to
Dude,
shut the
that's
fuck
offensive,
up?
man.
That's kind of toxic.
Fuck you.
Because your
sound a
opinion
little
is
hostile, pal.
terrible.
Oh,
Nobody
really?
cares
My
about your
opinion's
opinion.
terrible? You know, you do sound really offended right now. I'm just gonna point that out. You sound super
I don't
offended.
block people.
Hang on, who is that?
Who cares? I'm just a rabbit.
I need an apothecary.
Oh, it's. Oh, why are you playing as a woman?
I can't sit in chairs forever.
So, for reference, this clip guy used to be acquainted with me, and he used to follow me around and yell at. In fact, he used to make fun of people who wore female avatars with me, and lo and behold, here he is. I find him like 2 months later, and look at him running around playing as a fucking woman. Like, bro, like, come on, how hypocritical. It's embarrassing. But anyways, yeah, like, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Like, this is corruption. And you'll see here in a second that he's hanging around none other than Doc. And Doc is someone who at one point claimed to be trans and claimed to be a furry and all sorts of stuff. And he always uses female avatars. So when you hang around this is proof. This is proof that when you hang around these people long enough, you will turn into them. Like, they will negatively condition you over time.
I don't know, bro.
What happened to you,
I like
dude?
women.
You used to be way cooler. Now
like
you're like
women.
this little soy boy weird. Is it because you're hanging around Doc? Is that what's happening here?
No,
What do you
bro.
mean?
Doc,
I'm
someone
in
sent me a
avatars.
snip of your
I'm in-
Discord
dude, I'm in
banner,
robot
bro.
avatars.
That's kind of weird, man. Kind of weird.
Like, he's not muted, he's just so quiet that I can barely hear him.
What do you mean, nah? Don't deny the truth. You can't escape reality. No one can. You can't fight fate. It's impossible.